Welcome. Welcome, and y'all tuned in to another edition of Homage Speaks. Let's dive right in, man. We got to talk about some of these NBA moves that's been going on around here. And salute to the Philadelphia 76ers. Y'all have got y'all guard. Now, y'all have made moves similar to the Minnesota Timberwolves and that have put your team in a good position for the future. Markel Fultz will be going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Boston Celtics had the number one pick. They traded back, still remained in the top three. And then they also acquired another pick from Philly for next year. So that pretty much almost put Jimmy Butler in the bag. And that almost signifies that Jahlil Okafor will be on the move. Now, this is a talented offensive player. And if you get him, you're going to get some scoring that come with it. But if you get Jahlil Okafor, you might want to have him a power forward or a center next to him that's defensive minded because that's not what he does. Lonzo Ball was asked to come to another workout. I think Magic Johnson is trying to find a reason to pick him because he does not like the fact that he sees De'Aaron Fox and he sees Markel Fultz and he sees Josh Jackson as better talent than him. He needs a reason to pick Lonzo Ball because I know Magic knows the game. He loves basketball. And what's going on in his mind right now is that he don't want it to play tricks on him. He's seen footage. He's seen the game film. He recognized the talent. But then he get a chance to go look at these guys and he see that Josh Jackson potential and he gets to thinking, and man, whew, some things can be going on in Magic's mind. I think that's why he's trying to acquire another first-round pick so he can really work some Magic in his first year as a GM. We also got Paul George. Earlier last week, Paul George said he was committed to playing 1 year for the Cavaliers. I'm sorry, not for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but for the Indiana Pacers. And that he feel like we had a good chance to beat Cleveland because of the fact that they played the best in the Eastern Conference throughout the playoffs by, I guess, losing 4 close games, if that's how you want to look at it. Then later on in the week, he says he's going to leave for the Lakers in 2018. So guess what he just put himself in a position to be? Traded. Indiana Pacers have to get the trade done because you're going to lose a top asset, your only asset, for nothing. Now, trade talks have emerged with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's time for LeBron to make his move because moves are going to have to be made after he just lost in the finals the way he did. Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Deron Williams, Shannon Fry, Kyle Korver. You for sale. Everybody's for sale. And Paul George will be a good addition to the team. But if the Cleveland Cavaliers don't embrace some type of half-court system that gets movement and not solely based off LeBron James, Paul George, or Kyrie Irving making plays for each other and their teammates, they're going to lose again. Because you're not going to beat Golden State in an all-out hoop session due to the way that they play the game, and they have people who can play well in the hoop session. Last thing you want is Steph Curry just coming down pulling. Oh, okay, that's what you want? All right, then. We'll see what that look like. What you want to do is keep it in a half-court game and make him beat you as a basketball player. You don't want to turn this into a hoop session. His game fits a hoop session. Boston Celtics are looking to make some moves. They got their eyes on Jimmy Butler. But I really think they should go get Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward came from the University of Butler. Butler also produced Brad Stevens. They were on the same team together. Both of those guys helped them get to the level that they are, the level of success that they have today. And I think they should come together and finish what they started at Butler University and come out here and take one step closer to moving towards a championship. Also, Boston is eyeing Blake Griffin. Now, Brad Stevens, I hope you know if you get Blake Griffin, what you get. You're getting somebody that you can't throw the ball to and get a bucket. But who knows? You run one of the best offensive systems in basketball, so you'll probably be able to incorporate him and use his strengths and hide all of his weaknesses. If you're able to pull that off, hey, my goodness, You might get you a lotto stud with Blake Griffin, because when he was playing with the Clippers, what they needed him to do, he wasn't going to be able to do because it's not in his game. Uh, Chris Paul made Blake Griffin a pick and pop player, and in my opinion, he sort of mastered that skill set. He can play pick and pop ball now. He can hit that jump shot consistently now. But what you needed Blake Griffin is on that low block at the rim. Needed him at the rim. Chris Paul, I know you're thinking about San Antonio as a potential move for you, but if it was me, I'm going right back to New Orleans. You get to trade DeAndre Jordan, 2 All-Stars in DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin, for 2 All-Stars, potentially 2 superstar bigs in Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Come on, Chris Paul. Use your brain. Use your mind. Kawhi Leonard is great, but LaMarcus Aldridge, no, to bring you in, they're going to have to dismantle the whole team. But you can go to New Orleans and shake it up. All y'all need is a shooter. You better tell JJ ready to come on. You better get you a gunner and tell him to come on. Get you a wing and tell him to come on. We can do this. Because I'm going to tell you something. Newsflash. I don't think KD can guard Anthony Davis. And we know Draymond cannot guard Boogie. Not all game. Not without falling out. Not without getting this work. You do what you do against Steph Curry, y'all got a legitimate chance to shake it up. A legitimate chance. We know what you're going to get when ADC, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Paul Gasol. Oh, my God. It's going to be work city. But it's up to you, man. What you going to do at this point? You going to be Cliff Paul or you going to be Chris Paul? I know the Clippers are finna offer you some money that you can't refuse, and Jerry West is coming over. So let's see what Jerry West got up his sleeve, because he might have some brewing. But if he don't, and if moving you is a part of what he got brewing, you might want to take a look back at your own city, in the city of New Orleans. I think they will embrace you. I think you'll have the type of power and the type of control that you're looking for over the roster and some of the decisions that are being made. I think Alvin Gentry is a good coach. Y'all can get it done. But you got to be willing to get it done. Carmelo, Mr. Melo, you need to wait and see what your options are. I know everybody thinking about the super team, you, D Wade, Chris Paul, sound good, sound cute, but I don't think it's realistically going to happen until 2018. And I still like New York's roster, with you, D Rose, and the Porzingis as the top 3 players on the roster. Love Kyle O'Quinn, love Willie Hernan-Gomez. I just think y'all got started on the wrong foot, and you could run back with that same squad. But if you're trying to get some immediate results now, you better call Chris Paul. You better call D Wade. You better call the New Orleans Hornets organization. You better call AD. Y'all better young boy AD. Y'all better call Boogie. Hey, look, man, y'all want to win? Let's renegotiate some stuff. Build us a squad. We coming to get everybody. Outside of that, Melo, you go play with Russell, and y'all just shoot it out with everybody, and we'll see what they get you. But outside of that, I don't really see no home for you. You can always come to the Hawks. We need somebody to take over games in the fourth quarter. We solid everywhere else. We just need somebody to take over the game in the fourth quarter when it's 4 minutes to go, who can make his own shot. Similar to how you single-handedly kept your team in the game versus our team and sit the game into 2 overtime. 2. By hitting big shots at the end of the fourth in the first overtime before fouling out in the second overtime. But the NBA gonna give us some good action coming up this week. The NBA draft is coming up soon, so you'll be able to get the fresh perspective of how we think that the NBA should move in the right direction, because I don't think y'all understand that super teams are good, because now everybody has a standard and can measure themselves up to the greats, and they're going to make all moves to get to the level so they can compete with the greats. And with that being said, this marks another edition of Homage Speaks.